This is a nice intro drum machine, but it's pretty limited as far as features go. It's only got like the one kit, right?
Are you going to be using that kit that you were sampling just a second ago?
Yeah. Yeah, it's got, that's it, or it's got this alternate. Usually it seems a little bit cleaner when it's coming out of a speaker that's got like bass on it. But
Yep.
test, test. Welcome, ladies and gents. All right, I'm the VCR czar. I'm here with Kelsey, DJ HAZE. We're going to be doing a live synth session for y'all. So I'm going to bust out a jam, and then after that, we'll explore, do some experimentation, teach my friend Kelsey how it all works. So let's get to it.
Awesome. Turn your mic down on your.
Where was that?
Here, I got you.
Okay.
I got you.
Yeah, lab mode.
Test, test, test. Is it coming back through?
Yep.
Test, test, test.
Still making noise.
That's this thing right here. Is the mic back up?
Yep. Should be.
All right.
Yeah. So you got green. You're good.
Cool. So we'll go through these one by one and explain what each unit is. So this is the Drum Brute Impact. It's a $300 analog drum machine. It's got 10 distinct sounds. Pretty entry-level unit, right? It can't load your own kits on there, but for $300 you get what you get, right? So it's got, yeah, all the normal kick, 2 snares, toms, you got highs and lows, you got cymbals, close hat, open hat, and this FM drum, which does some cool things. You can adjust the pitch on that, FM modulation on there. It's nice because it's got this built-in distortion here. So I'm gonna crank up the distortion, gives a little bit more oomph, right? But yeah, this is how I'm keeping track of the tempo. So we're at 120 BPM. This is connected MIDI into this one right here, which is the Mini Brute 2S. So the 2S has got a built-in step sequencer, same kind of sequencer technology that's built in the Drum Brute Impact up here. This is a $500 unit. It's an analog semi-modular synthesizer. All of these are analog, which means that it's producing sounds like based with the circuitry that's built inside of it, right?
Okay.
Like there's no chips in here, you know, it's not playing off of a computer chip, right? Like it's playing via the circuitry. That's what analog means, right? And it's semi-modular because it's got this patch bay, which lets you patch into larger modular setups. Like you ever seen a Euro rack before? It's kind of like the big, you know, where they got all sorts of little patch cables and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, that stuff is next level. If you really want to get into synthesis, that's where you lose a lot of money and a lot of time. Yeah, it's got a 64-step sequencer down here at the bottom. So right here, what I was playing, I was only using 32. Each one of these is like its own step, right? It's gonna give a little bit of. So as it was playing through, this is also doubles as a keyboard down here at the bottom. I can change octaves up and down, right? It's got 2 VCOs, right? So that's the thing that actually makes the sound is the VCOs. So on both of these units, the Korg Minilog XD and this Mini Brute 2S, you kind of want to read it like left to right, right? So it kind of starts over here where this is the VCO. This is VCO 1. It can produce a triangle wave. If you bring this up, this volume slider makes it a triangle wave. This makes it a square wave. And then this is sawtooth, right? These dials up here modulate those. So this is frequency modulation where it'll go from more of VCO1, the voltage controlled oscillator, to VCO2. So this only has 2 voices, right? That's what's making the sounds. Then over here is the filter. They'll have like a high pass, band pass, and or low pass, high pass, and band pass filters. There's also a notch filter on there. And then it's got 2 envelopes. There's an AD envelope and ADSR envelope. And those are gonna like adjust the frequencies, like the highs where it's going and the lows. Okay? And then amp is basically like, you'd imagine like pedals on the end, right? So it's got this brute factor, which gives a lot of distortion. It's a feedback loop. It's kind of part of this Mini Brute series. And then it's got an attenuator here. It's also got a few different LFOs, low frequency oscillators, which kind of makes the waveform just go like this, bounce up and down, or like let in a little bit on the tops and bottoms. I know somebody out, the other synth heads out there are really gonna be mad at me for fucking this up, but so this we'll play with this. I'll show you as we go along. But yeah, LFOs are really fun. You might have to we patch them through on the patch bay, and I'll show you how that modulates the sound. But this is my favorite unit out of all of them. Like you get really some brutal sounds out of it, right? But yeah, so there's the keyboard here down at the bottom, right? So if you want to play individual notes, I've got to bring up. There we go. Do it again. And that's different than when it's on the record mode. So this is like playing all of the notes one by one.
Okay.
play. These keypads are pressure and velocity sensitive, so that's why it's like you see like that one right there was like boom because I hit it harder when I recorded that note, right?
Okay, so it's like if you hit it harder,
Right.
it will.
When it's in that keyboard mode, right?
Yeah.
So when it's in record mode, everyone that's lit is playing a sound. So if I go like this and turn off the note,
Okay.
right, and I can do it here too. This is the next step in that pattern, right? So this is the first 16 notes, and then it plays the next 16 here.
Okay.
And then I can adjust the pitch on every single one of these. So I can adjust the pitch, the gate, the velocity, and the pressure with these knobs. So I got pitch selected. So watch what happens when I turn it up. Crank it way up. Crank every other one kind of way up.
Oh,
See how that does, right? For right now, let's just stick with just doing the pitch rather than mess with the velocity and pressure. Yeah, this is how you let in the individual. So this is a triangle waveform right here, right? And then this is the sawtooth wave. These individual knobs up here, so you see on the top, look on the top here, that has like the sawtooth symbol, right? So that's only going to modulate this when we have this up right here, right?
okay.
This one will modulate the pulse width for the square wave. So it's starting to kind of loop back on itself. Same thing with the triangle wave. This has got this metalizer here. So this is the thing that makes the sound. Imagine that this is all like one unit right here, right?
Okay.
And then we got the second oscillator, and it's got a sine wave, which is just like
Oh, it has switches.
Yep.
That's cool.
yeah, switch between sine, sawtooth, and then this is the square wave on that, right? And this is to tune that. The higher I go, the higher pitch it's gonna have, right? And then
That's
this
so cool.
this ADSR envelope is gonna affect the back end of that, right? If I turn up the attack real high, it's gonna cut it off. Same thing on this AD envelope, right? Attack all the way, you get nothing, right? Because it cuts off. Same thing with the cutoff here, right? So I got it on. I usually keep it on the low pass filter, so it's gonna cut off the lows. So I go all the way slow, kind of flattens it out, right? This way you get a lot more crunchy, right? Yeah, so the thing about experimentation is like you don't want to like some of these are going to do a lot more than others. So the cutoff one is going to do quite a bit. Right? That's what I was playing. I was messing around with this mostly. And same with the resonance. It's going to kind of give it like a little bit of an echo. And then this brute factor, yeah, it's just like a feedback loop, right? Yeah, it gets real fucking distorted. And then yeah, these attenuators. We'll play with those around too, but yeah, master volume. Anyways, so this is the Korg Minilog XD. This thing, I have not unlocked its potential. So it's a $700 synth. It's an analog polyphonic synthesizer, which means that it plays multiple notes simultaneously. I'm going to unplug the CV clock. So the same way that I was controlling the clock via MIDI out of this one, plugged into this one. So when I hit play, it plays on this one too, right? It's got MIDI selected on the sync. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So I could turn that off and just have it have its own internal clock and adjust the tempo with this wheel instead. But
You're
I have
using
it.
that one, yeah.
Yeah, so like when I crank it up, now this should be playing
Oh,
at
okay.
156 BPM now, right?
So it changes it.
Right.
Oh,
So I have it synced out on the patch bay instead of the MIDI. I just prefer it that way, plugged into this one. But yeah, this thing can play multiple notes simultaneously. So let me load up a kit. And this thing is really, really sick. So this is kind of like pretty close to what the Moog Prodigy. So you know the Prodigy, they got their name because they used a Moog Prodigy, right? Liam Howlett, he makes all the music for the Prodigy,
Yep.
and that's one of the things he started on.
Okay.
So we switched between the kits on this program right here. That's why I just loaded that up.
Okay.
But same thing, right? Kind of read it left to right. Where your sounds start over here, you got 2 VCOs. So this is actually, you got 3 voices. Technically, I guess there's 4, but I just say that there's 3. It might just be branding on their part, but this is a really, really solid entry-level synth. A lot of people recommend it. You get a lot of functionality. Yeah, so you got 2 VCOs. So this is the one right here, similar to the way this is right here. That's what this is up here. So VCO 1, you can adjust your waveforms.
Okay.
Saw, triangle, and then the square wave. You can adjust your octaves. So right now it's on the lowest octave. If I bump it up. That's similar how I was adjusting the octaves on this one, right? So this keyboard, when I play it, right? Because it's not a full keyboard, right?
Right,
That's
right.
why it can adjust the
That's right,
octaves
yeah.
like that, right? So yeah, VCO 1, same thing. You can adjust the pitch, adjust the shape. The nice thing on this Korg Mini Log XD is it's got a built-in visualizer here, so you can
Right,
actually
right.
see the waveform as it plays, right? You can see how it's doing both those waveforms together. So we'll go to a completely clean kit. So this is just like normal level, nothing programmed into it, right? And then the multi-engine kind of adds like an effect. So we'll go back to this one. There's 3 different selections here. The one I like the most, I think, is right here. Yeah, so it's got all these different. There's 5 in 1. Here it does a saw, modulating that. Here's a square, so we'll make it like a little bit more square. I like these fat ones. They're fun. So yeah, then this is the mixer for each of those individual VCOs and the multi-engine, right? You can turn the multi-engine way down, and it's just VCOs. Now it's just VCO2, right? It's like a bit less reverberation there. You can kind of see it in there too. Let's go make these different waveforms. So just that coming through. If I bring them both in, adjust the shape, right? So this is a filter, same as like up here, right? We got the cutoff. Hold this down. And then resonance. This also has drive, so you can kind of give like make it a little bit more ampy. It's like 50%, go 100%. Really crank it, right? And these are the envelopes on the side here. So it's got an amp EG, EG, and this is an LFO, just like these LFOs here, where it just goes. Blah, 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 blah. So. Turn up the intensity. Cool thing about this one too is that the last thing is the effects pedal, kind of similar to what the amp does here, right? They've got a bunch of selections. So there's delay, which all these different settings, right? You've got reverb. Again, here's arena, plate. It does. And then these are just kind of weird, spacer, different effects, right? Chorus. And then the last piece is, this is just a tape loop, okay? So I got 3 different ones here. there's 5, 10, and 15-second loops, and that's literally what it is. When you say tape loop, it's just playing tape over and over and over and over again, right? And I loaded it up with, this is a sample from a video game, the menu actually off of Cyberpunk.
Okay.
So you hear this coming through? It's literally what it is. I may need to turn it up a little bit here. It's a little quiet, right?
Yeah. Can you turn it up on here?
I think that's the maximum it goes, yeah, just because of the mixer that I got. But, so this is a multi-effect pedal, a chroma console. So just, you know, like guitar pedals, when you plug them in and just different effects. This is the same concept. It's just like multiple ones in one, right?
Uh-huh.
So it's got each selection, it goes through one by one. So this is,
has the color of the button.
right,
Okay.
exactly. So this is on drive. This is on tremolo. This one's on space, which kind of just opens it up a little bit. This is a filter. So when I press this on,
Oh, now you can hear really here.
so yeah, see how that changes and sculpts that? And this is just literally just 15 seconds of a sound, right? And you can put anything you want on there. And it just gives like a nice kind of background to what's going on, right?
Yeah.
So to fuck with this, you just, yeah, just literally just cycle through. And then just twist the knobs however you feel fit, you know, like. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is. I'll show you how to set up with this first. So this is going to be for the sequencer. What's a good BPM? What do you play usually?
135.
135? Personally, I like to start with a good kick every step, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in the step sequencer, you pick the kick, right? Let's turn it up so we can hear it. You can sculpt these two. It's got a decay, so
Oh, yeah.
adjust the pitch,
Hell yeah.
turn it up. But yeah, it's got steps on the top, right? So we'll just keep it at 16, but in the same way that this one does, you can open it up to a full 64 steps,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
right? But we're just keeping it simple for today.
Yep.
So like that, I like is a good start, right? So we'll turn these both down. Let's turn the hi-hats off. So that's literally what you do to enable it. You just click it on the roll. So when this one's selected, I can see which ones in the roll are playing.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
So this one is also playing. Let's turn that off. So now it's like I can't see it because it's selected on the close hat, right? But like a good house beat is like right?
Yeah.
So then I put it on every off step,
Yep. There you go.
turn it up a little bit. Yeah, play around with that for a second. No, that's adjusting it. Yeah, you don't need to. It'll adjust it.
Okay.
See, this is the trick, right? Like, you almost don't want to fuck it up, but you gotta let go of that, staying reserved, and just kind of like, it's gonna sound like garbled noise when you first start. So don't be afraid to make just weird sounds. You're not gonna make a banger right out the gate.
So then you put this one on every other.
Yep.
So you did 1, 2, and then so
Yeah, so if you click it to see here, so the bass, the kick is on 1, 5, 9, and 13, and then I put this on 3, 7, 11, and 15. Yeah, experimentation is the name of the game. Don't be afraid to get goofy with it. I've only had this stuff for a year, and I'm not good with music theory, I'm not good with math, I'm not good with electronics, but I've been able to produce something, something out of nothing. And when I first started, it was all just garbled noise, so that sounds cool. Yeah. I like that. Yeah, that sounds cool. Yeah, tune that out. That's cool. No, that works. That works. You know, just play around with it. It might like be fun too if we start the next one, and then you kind of see where that comes in with. But that's already a beat you just made. This thing is kind of fun for live playing too. So check this out. Kind of just loops back between the different patterns. So when you press the 1/4 one, it's gonna play the first 4. If you do this, it just does like 2. This will just do 1, and this is at the 1 at like a higher speed. So. I know I'm embarrassing myself if anyone knows anything about synths, but that's the thing. You got to start somewhere, right? My goal is to this is a project for my entire life. At the end of my life, I'm going to have a stack of synthesizers, and hopefully I know how to use these things a lot better, but this is just a year of experimentation. I learned hands-on, you know. I switched to these because I didn't want to mess around with menus and stuff. I played around a little bit with Fruity Loops, and it's just too many menus. So this is nice because I can press something and you get results in real time, you know. So when you're learning through it, you hear it right away. Yeah, that sounds good. I like that. What'd you just come in with? Is that a snare? Nice. Yeah, it's tight.
Did it. Well, distortion, right?
Yeah, so that's, if you click that on, just press the button so it lights up and then you can bring it up. Yeah, it's, like I said, this is a nice entry level, but it is pretty limited in what it does. It only has that one hit, right?
Yeah.
You can get alternate modes if you hit color. So right now that closed hat, you see how that's orange?
Yeah.
So if I press it, so let go now, it sounds a little bit different, right? So the orange one is what's listed down below. So this is closed hat if it's normal, and if you do orange and then turn it on, which is just holding the button, and then, so like if I do this, it sounds a little bit different. Once it gets changed, it's on it. So yeah. No, you don't have to keep holding it. Once you, yeah, so like this is already in its ultimate mode. Yeah, if it's lit up orange like that. And I printed off like documentation for all this stuff. Sometimes I refer back to it, like kind of learn how to open up the sequencer and stuff like that. But most of what I've learned is just from twisted knobs and getting crazy. Yeah, yeah. You gotta come in with some sounds now, right? All right, let's do this one now. All right, this is the fun one. You got pizza coming?
Yeah.
Do we need to take a break?
No, keep going.
Okay.
I'm just making sure they're on here.
So, hold the microphone for a second. Gonna go load. So, this is a new pattern now, okay? So it's completely fresh. I'm gonna turn all the sliders down, zero all these out. Get all these centered. Do it like that.
So is it like it's like the controller? You wanna start with your sounds pretty low.
Yes, well, some of them. So like these are since these are the modulation, I have these all turned down. The FM and the fine tune, I just have it right in the middle. These ones I have right in the middle. This one I have turned down because it's just like that feedback or whatever. And these ones I have, just kind of turned down.
Okay.
So just start with whatever one you want, and then play the sound, right? Like, you gotta open it up, I guess. Pizza en route.
Yeah. Can you go see if the pizza's out there? Josh! You go see if the pizza's out there?
So here's the way I would do this, alright? Find sounds that you like in the range that you like, right? If that's too high, I like to go super low. Like, I like those dark tones.
Yeah.
That's what I like. But you can also go higher if you want.
Whoa. Not that high.
Yeah, find the range you want, and then it'll have like a real-time record mode. That sounds good there. So now hold Shift and press the record button. It's that one right there, yeah. So now it's like recording through
Okay.
each of the steps. So
So
as you
one.
as you play, it will like record the note.
Okay.
That's the end of the keyboard there. Yeah, it's changing the octave. All right, so that should be recorded. Let's turn this down. Hit play on it. Is it playing through? Let's try that again. Hit the record button again. Try it again now. Yep. It'll sound a little goofy at first, but so now we can see where the notes play, right? So you held that for like 3 seconds. That's why it was like 3 steps there. See that? The longer it will go, yeah. So if we want, we can find out what note this was. A3, right? So, and if we want to adjust it, we can like turn it off or turn it on. And then you can also add, you know. And if you want to adjust the pitch, you just turn these dials. It's going to change the rotation. So it's this menu right here, yeah. So that's D3, that's D sharp. No, it's whatever you want. Yeah. Yeah, see how you change it? It's playing through and it does like a different note. That's one of the reasons I start low too, is because I feel like when it's all low, it's like easier to you're starting at the lowest of the scale, right? That sounds halfway decent already. Pizza time. So now open it all up with all these effects. Just, yeah, modulate that. So remember, some of these only affect whatever waveform you're on, right? So right now you've got the sawtooth. So, yep, that'll affect the ultrasaw amount. Just turn whatever dials you want and see what it does. Yeah, honestly. That's how you learn. Oh yeah. Nope. It's gonna do that. Yep. Oh yeah, I mean it sounded like frogs and I think it's because he got the resonance up.
Oh,
Yeah.
crazy.
Yep, so this is the second VCO. This is the second VCO, so there's two sounds at play simultaneously, right? You got the VCO1 and the VCO2. So these are the different modes, so you can fine tune it, come in a little bit with it. Just come in with the drums. It's like a little busy on the kit, I think, right? Like, turn some of these down so you don't have them all coming through. Yeah, you gotta deselect each one to completely remove them from the pattern. So yeah, you're every fourth note. I have it turned down though, that's why you can hear it. Yeah. So that's that's like the different switch it, see what it does. So it's gonna affect what the cutoff does. Yeah. It starts off that way, and it's gonna, honestly, we'll be playing here for a while, and it'll start to smooth out, like, but you gotta do that experimentation first. You can't be afraid to let it get weird. I mean, I still feel like I'm making weird sounds, you know? This is a moderately priced setup too, right? So, and I like having 3 instruments. I probably want to get another drum kit. Continue to use this one, yeah, and one that has like a bigger library of kits, you know? Like, I love the 808 sound. I feel like that's just peak kind of drum synth, right? So I'd like to get something that includes that, the 909s, get a bigger range out of my drums. There's only so much I can get out of this, so. But drum machines, they go up to the roof, you know? Like, Roland just released one that's $2,000. Yeah, the TR 1000, I think it's called. They just released it. Erica Sins has some good ones. Percons is kind of like the go-to one. The crazy thing about like higher tier drum kits too. You can do it as fast as you want. There's no right way. This one right here, yeah. So that's adjusting the pulse width, how fast it's coming in and out. Yeah, I know all synth people are going to crucify me about speaking about all the features on this, but we're just having fun with it. You got to start somewhere. I started with zero knowledge. I just have a love of electronic music, you know. Well, I first found this one, so like people recommended this one really highly as like a first set. It's gonna be like that, yeah. So let me show you one of the cool things on this. Here, hold the microphone. One of the things we can do with the patch bay is this is one of those LFOs, right? So I'm gonna patch this out, and I'm gonna patch it into VCO2. So it's gonna replace instead what the VCO2 does with this LFO right here.
Turn it into a video game.
plug them in everywhere. Just so one of the things, as a general rule of thumb, the ones that are lit up white like this is an output, and the ones that are just white text on the black is an input. To go to an in, yeah, as a general rule of thumb. And it's sectioned by each module. So this is for the VCO1, right, which is right here. So when you patch into this, you're affecting what happens over here. When you patch into VCO2, you're affecting what happens right here, right? Filter, right here. Amp, right here. Yeah. Yep. They all match with each individual section. Remember, you kind of read it left to right. So it's the same way, left to right. Maybe? No, that's this one right here. I'm not sure that there's one that affects that. But if you want to affect the square, you can just patch into it. Just see what it does. So those LFOs are going to enable these over here. That's what those do. Yeah, that's where I had that plugged in. Yeah, just whatever one you want. There's a right way to do it. This is one of those technical things that I haven't dived into too much yet. Right? There's a couple of things I've learned how to do. These are the LFOs, adjusting the voltage on the attenuators. That's just its own thing. So like inverted waveform. So if you go in there and out with the square wave, try that. There's also more cords up here, more patch cables. Yeah. Right. But there's no right way. Just keep that in mind. Yep. Try plugging it into FM. That's one of the things I do sometimes. So this is going to affect that now. So that's the rate, right? When you slow it down, it goes wider or faster. And then you can also affect the waveform. So check this out. This one's like just garbled noise. It's actually supposed to be noise. Yeah. You're learning way faster than I did. Honestly, like that was one of the. Yeah. That was one of the first things I did, though, was figure out how to like make Nintendo sounds. Basically, right? Like, the evil NES. Yeah. Yep. I would plug that into the VCO2 up on the top there. Yep. So now it's controlling out of this, right? So right now it's synchronized with the sequencer, but you can also have it be free. It's just playing on its own. So it's going. I think one more is a square. One more is a square for sure. Square. You change the octave right here.
Can you play like live on it? Or?
Yeah, it's just turned down right now.
Oh, it's
Yeah, so the sequencer is right here in the middle. But you can play it live. Yeah, see how he's like modulating the sounds on the top? And just like the level is the bottom knob. Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Like you had that. I was like, drop an 808 on it.
Alright, so this one, the way I usually do it is I just kind of go through and I find a kit that I like, right? So this is kind of like very Blade Runner kind of sounding, right? But there's 200 preloaded patterns on here, so there's a lot.
Oh, yeah. I think I found one last time that I liked at your house.
Yeah, just scroll through them.
Down the octave on this one too. This one right here.
The octave is this switch right here. Yeah, so if you go up, it goes. And if you want to get a sense of what the preloaded pattern is, just hit play.
Oh,
Yeah, it's playing like somebody already recorded the notes on there, right? The same way you modulate on the other device, you do it the same way, right? So here's the filter. Keep playing, keep playing. Keep playing. Yeah, this one has a lot of functionality. Like I said, this is the first one that I bought. I just could highly recommend it as an intro synth. Is that the sound that you want?
yeah.
So it's gonna play when we hook up the sequencer with it, right? Because that's what I do is like I hook up the clock so that it's playing at the same time.
Okay, yeah.
That's usually the way I do it. If you want, you can just also just play individual notes.
No, that's okay.
But yeah, so just keep in mind it's gonna play that. Here, hold on one second. There we go. So now, when you hit play, let's turn these down so we're just hearing this one. It's gonna play this at 135 BPM.
Okay, maybe
It won't change when you're playing it though. Yeah, you have to do it with this. You can change the individual VCOs. Yeah, you can just pitch that way too. And that's what I'll usually do. Is like once I find a sweet spot of something I like, then I start playing with the envelope filters. Well, it starts in like its default position or whatever. So like it wasn't necessarily where the knob was. It starts at wherever the preset pattern is.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. another cool thing you can do to get a lot of functionality out of it. So it's got these different types of modes that it is. Right? So right now it's playing chords. So it's totally different, right?
Yeah.
It's poly. And then it's also got an arpeggiator where it's like do-do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, it sounds good. So this is the LFO. So all of this right here is the LFO. So remember when those things were like do-do-do-do-do-do-do?
Yeah.
That's what this is. So if you go up to the BPM, you can change the rate. So this was like that other knob, right? This is the intensity. So right now it's like doing the opening up and closing off the frequency set to the BPM. You can also do it one shot, so just do it like once. That sounds cool. That's gonna make it more punchy, right? So it should be set at 0 by default, so watch this. It's 100%, 50%. Just play with it. Yeah. These are the envelope filters that you're on right now. If you attack set it too high, sometimes it's like cutting off the waveform, you know? Sometimes it helps just to start over too. I feel like I fucked with it too much. So we can go back. That's what you started with.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like.
Yeah.
Let's find one of the ones I like. Was that fun? Here's one that's like
Oh,
tell what that is?
Lounge Hawaii music.
Well, it's like Twin Peaks.
Yeah, okay.
This one's pretty fun. Some of them might sound better or worse at like a different BPM range, right? Because whatever the pattern is has its own internal BPM. So this is probably cranked a little high for this particular pattern, right? Ooh, this one's fun. Let's come in with it. You want to do those ones? I'll do this one. Just like modulate it.
the balance and you won't have any more inconveniences. Remember, there is no she and you are one.
to bring down the bad man. Who's the bad man? Who can draw?
Residents of Weary Rock.
do. Don't tell me when to stop, 'cause I like to kiss girls and I like to make you hot. And I like to kiss girls and I like to make you hot. Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me when to stop, 'cause I like to kiss girls and I like to kiss girls and I like to kiss, like to kiss, like to kiss girls. 'Cause I kiss girls, kiss, I like to kiss girls, kiss, kiss girls, kiss, I like to kiss girls and I like to
tenga Dior, que me prenda sin extintor, que me lleve en la motor a William, que me ame sin creer en amor. Yo quiero un diablo que tenga pistola y que no me deja salir sola. Cuando chingamos nunca sobre le mete a la rola. Ando caliente con el cuello frío, no ando con gente que yo no confío. Mira tú como todos son una mierda, no se parece ninguno a lo mío. He like the way that I shake it, thick ass, he know that I cake it. Todos estos bandidos haciéndome fila, yeah, cause they all wanna taste it. Yeah, cause they all wanna taste it. Yeah, cause they all wanna taste it. Cause they don't wanna taste it. Yeah, cause they don't wanna taste it. Papi, wow. Papi, dale pa' wow. 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 Yo quiero un diablo que tenga Dior, que me prenda sin extintor, que me lleve en la motor a William, que me ame sin creer en amor. Yo quiero un diablo que tenga pistola y que no me deja salir sola. Cuando chingamos nunca sobre le mete a la rola. Ando caliente con el cuello frío, no ando con gente que yo no confío. Mira tú como todos son una mierda, no se parece ninguno a lo mío. He like the way that I shake it, thick ass, he know that I cake it. Todos estos bandidos haciéndome fila, yeah, cause they all wanna taste it.
Fear is simply weakness, and weakness is so unbecoming. They say I have my father's eyes, but the claws are mine. Our time has come. Beg for my mercy.
song. Keep the party going. No, we won't go home.
Realizations of myself.